Hi YouTube.
Hey YouTube friends and family, it's your boy GB Reviews, and today we're gonna do a holiday hack for barbecue season. If you're living in an apartment, you don't have access to a smoker or a grill, we're gonna do a barbecued beef brisket using just utilities that you have around your apartment. So we're gonna use an Instant Pot, we're gonna use an oven, and we're gonna use a skillet on the grill. And we're going to take a beef brisket and we're gonna barbecue it. So what we're gonna do, I got this beef brisket. It is 2.89 pounds. So 2.89 pounds of brisket. We're gonna open it. We're gonna pat it dry. It is partially seasoned, but we're gonna season it a little bit more. But we're gonna take it out of this package. And it's gonna be quick. I am not gonna make this a long video. The steps may seem long because we're gonna have to do a few things, but it is actually not that long. This whole process probably will take you 25 minutes. And that's from seasoning to using our barbecue sauce, which I'm gonna spice up a little bit, but not too much. And we're gonna season this brisket. And actually, it is kind of seasoned pretty nicely now. So I'm gonna run through and tell you exactly what we're gonna do so that way we can go through everything quickly. We're gonna season this a little bit more because I just want a little bit more salt and pepper on this brisket. I want it to kind of hold in the flavor. And then we're gonna pan sear it. We're gonna sear both sides. And if we can, we're gonna sear the caps, right? Sear both sides. We're gonna put it in our Instant Pot. We're gonna put it in our Instant Pot for 7 minutes, 8 minutes. And then once that's done, we're gonna put it in the oven on 300. Well, let me take that back. We're gonna take it out of the Instant Pot. We're gonna coat it with our barbecue concoction, and then we're gonna put it in the oven, and we're gonna let it bake in the oven for another 10 to 15 minutes because it's gonna already be cooked. Now we're trying to just bake in that kind of the barbecue goodness from the barbecue sauce, and we're gonna coat it pretty well. Put it in the pan, put it on a baking sheet, and we're gonna put it in the oven. And we're gonna cover it, so we're not gonna expose it. So anyway, we're gonna get to it. I'm gonna start doing everything quickly. You're gonna start seeing me season things, but we're gonna do it all with high-speed film so that you can watch me do it. We'll get through it, and then we'll taste it at the end. But only a little piece, because we're gonna use it for the holiday. Anyway, let's get at it. Now that our brisket is seared, we seared it so on both sides for 2 minutes each side. Now we're gonna move to the Instant Pot. Remember, 6 to 8 minutes. I'm probably gonna err on the side of about 6 minutes only because I want it to be more rare. And then I'm gonna put it in the oven after the Instant Pot pressure cooking piece. We're gonna coat it in our barbecue sauce mixture. My base is gonna be Rufas Teague, but then I'm gonna actually fix it in a way that I like it. I'll show you a little bit of what I'm doing. Right now I have a little bit of probably like 1 tablespoon of vinegar sitting on top of the Teague right now because the Teague is actually quite thick. We're gonna mix some Grey Poupon mustard in there, and then we're gonna put a little bit of cayenne pepper, just a little bit. And then we're gonna coat this whole brisket. We'll put it in the oven for 15 minutes, and it should be nice and glazed. Oh, I forgot. We're gonna put a little bit of honey in here too. It'll be nice and glazed, and it'll be good to go. And then we'll slice it up, and then you'll see what it looks like. But anyway, I'm not gonna show you putting it in this spot. You've seen me do that before. Remember, pressure cooker setting, 6 minutes, and we are going to come back and we're gonna make the sauce, all right?
A few moments later.
So we're back to making the sauce. We are using this is a bottle, and this is a 16-ounce bottle of Teague sauce, the kind of hot one. You can use any sauce you want. I actually started with half of, a fourth of the bottle in here with vinegar on top of it because I just need to loosen it up a little bit. I needed to make it a little bit more liquidy, but I also don't want it as hot. I'm gonna end up using probably 2/3 of the bottle when it's all said and done, but I need to mix it properly. So I put 1 tablespoon of vinegar in here already. Right now I have probably about half the bottle of this Teague's in there. I like Teague's, it's pretty good. We're gonna add a little bit of Dijon mustard, but you can add just regular mustard. I like Dijon mustard. It gives it a little bit of a kick. And then we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of honey. So Dijon mustard, that's probably about a tablespoon and a half. I just did a squeeze, but it's probably about a tablespoon and a half if you look at the top. Oh, damn it. Didn't mean to do that, obviously. But at least we know that my vinegar is working to loosen this up. And I don't want this on here making a mess, so we're gonna clean that off. But we're gonna mix all this in. And then once we mix this in really well, I'll see how spicy it is, and then I will add the honey to it. Pretty good. Now we're gonna add, actually, based on how it's set up right now, you can add a whole tablespoon of honey to it. I'm probably just gonna add a teaspoon of honey to it because the Teague is kind of sweet anyway. The Teague is kind of sweet anyway, so I just need a teaspoon of honey. And then we're gonna mix that in. Now, with that mixed in, even if you add more of your barbecue sauce to the concoction, you don't need to add any more honey or vinegar or mustard. You're just gonna keep the base that you have, and then the more sauce you add on will just be adding more of this flavor, the Teague flavor to it, or whatever barbecue sauce you're using. But it should be good to go now, actually. And yes, perfect. Our brisket is cooking up nicely. When it comes out, we're gonna put it back on our cutting board. Actually, I'm gonna probably put it on a plate just because it'll probably be super hot when it comes out of the pressure cooker. But we're gonna put it on a plate, let it cool for a bit. We're gonna probably just let it sit. And then we're gonna coat it with our barbecue sauce. We're going to put it on a baking sheet, and then we're gonna put it in the oven for 10 to 15 minutes. That should let it bake in pretty well, pretty evenly, and then we'll cut it and see what it comes out like. And then you'll have extra sauce, hopefully, for kind of dipping and stuff like that. All right, I'll come back to you when it's time to put things in the oven. So YouTube friends and family, we have finished our holiday cheat meal. I dropped some of the video in there for to show how you do the plating. It's super fast, but I also dropped the pictures in there so you can see how it is plated. It turned out pretty well. I'm happy with it. I paired it with coleslaw and artichoke hearts. Made it kind of a summery, outdoor, fun thing. But let's see how the meat turned out. It looks nice and tender. That's good. Pairs nicely with my coleslaw and my artichoke hearts. I like it. The brisket you could cook a little bit longer if you want it to be more well done. I like it kind of rare, so. Or you could cook it slower on lower temperatures if you want it to be more juicy. But it tastes like barbecue. Like I said, it's an apartment hack. If you don't have access to a smoker or a grill, you get a nice brisket. And at the end of the day, you don't smell like smoke. So that's it. I hope you have a good 4th of July holiday. Hope you have a good summer. I know there's challenging times, but I think cooking allows you to experience something different, enjoy yourself, make a good meal for yourself, and experiment and do different things. Please hit the like button for the algorithm. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Please leave me comments below of things you want me to cook. This is part 1. I'm gonna try to get up, my goal is to try to get the video out for the mac and cheese this afternoon so that you can see it by the afternoon of 4th of July. But if not, you still got all summer to make it. I'm gonna make you a kind of a down home, Southern style, cast iron mac and cheese. So look for that video. Anyway, thanks for rocking with me. It's your boy GB Reviews. Please subscribe and like below. Beef brisket.
Subscribe right below.